threw out a good trade offer, and I was like, oh shit, Fantasy Pros, way to go.
Oh, that's what they came up with.
Yeah, it was like it tries to come up with like there's a new Trade Central tab where it like tries to give you like trade offers that would be good for both parties. And it's like, and then it has like the top trade partners based on like what your strengths are and what your opponent's strengths are and like all the shit.
Mm.
And then it gives you a power ranking and shows where you're at in the leaderboards and shit. Um, kind of interesting though. I mean that's my weaker team, so I'm like I got to make some moves. It's telling me to basically trade, Stephon, Josh Allen, or whoever I've got to trade to like try to get some depth. So I was like looking at that shit and I feel like Stephon's the guy.
I'm gonna be fucked week 11 though.
It fucks up your bye weeks.
Yeah, just because like I have Kenneth Walker and Etienne both by week 11, and then I would have to start like Algier and Murray or some stupid shit. Like,
Yeah, it's telling me to like another option. They're like, oh, you should try to trade Stephon and Drake London for Miles Sanders, T Higgins, and Pickens from like another team.
mhm.
I'm like, I don't like that as much. Honestly, I'd rather have guys that like I'm not scared are gonna like fall apart. Like I think that Olave and Amari are solid, and then Deontay has the backfield now. So I mean, they're all good players, but it bumps your team up in the starting lineup.
Yeah, in theory, but at the same time,
In
it's
theory.
like if Amari Cooper's been doing pretty damn good, like how much better is Diggs than the rest? Like on paper, it feels a lot better because you get Diggs, but then is it really that much? To the point where losing that much depth is okay.
This dude put his first round pickup on guaranteed and asked for a running back, and all these guys were giving like dog shit fucking offers to this guy, and he's in contention, and I'm like, fuck this, I'll just I'll throw you Josh Jacobs on a 1 year and like a third round pick, and then the cap room so that you have the $30 excess going into next year because he didn't have that already. He was at -1.
Yeah.
So I sent all that shit to him, and he's like, well, looks like Matt's gonna have 4 first round picks.
Jesus. That's tough, man. It's a tough fucking trade. Godwin, St. Brown. I'd still be fine at receiver. What is there a chance that Claypool comes back and he's just a fucking god on the Bears?
There actually is a chance.
Here's hoping, man.
Claypool's already come out like 15 times and has gone like, I'm gonna wreck this thing. You guys are great. All this stuff.
I'm just so thin at running back. But then it's like, is Deontay Foreman that valuable to my team? It's been pretty fucking good, but I think I accept. I think I accept. We'll see after this weekend, but I think because I have the depth I have with St. Brown and Godwin, it kind of makes sense.
Good shit, bro. I'm glad that we could work up a deal.
It's tough, man. It's tough, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm still setting my lineups this morning because I got so wrapped up in all the trades I was sending out. I was sending out all this nonsense, like trying to get that first round pick for that one league, and then in this other one, I got like another offer. I don't know, dude. It's been trade city all morning long.
Nobody picks up Evan Ingram, so that's dope. And pick up
I love Evan Ingram too.
I'm picking up Evan Ingram and dropping Conklin right now.
Who would have thought that Evan Ingram would be this solid?
I picked up Conklin because I had a bye week on Kittle, but
Conklin's worth keeping though.
yeah, but I got Kittle and Evan Ingram's matchup against the Raiders is fucking juicy. But Evan Ingram was also not like free agent yet. He was on waivers until today. But I didn't want to give up a waiver priority, so I'm like, if he's there this morning, I'll take him. If not, I'm just gonna ride with Conklin. But because he's there this
What's
morning,
going on, Shrek?
I'm riding.
Yeah, dude, we've been having. There's been trades nonstop. So our contract leagues have added a new feature that's basically guaranteed like a trade auction. So you put like a player up on the auction, and then over the course of the next day or two, everybody will submit their offers for a trade, and at the end of that one day or two, the owner has to accept one of those offers. So it gets pretty crazy because you get the first guy that comes in there, he gives some low ball. He's got like a third round pick for whatever they threw in there. And everybody's like, "Oh wow, that's trash. You know what? I could actually beat that." So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna throw a second round pick in there, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of other guys that are going, "All right, I really want this player, and these guys are all giving trash. I can definitely get him, so I'm gonna throw this out there." And we have seen some like an absurd amount of trades so far since we started doing this. Like, it's I mean, a lot of the offers are trash, but there's also occasionally some crazy ones. Like I threw Pollard and a couple other guys on there, ended up getting Amon-Ra and Alec Pierce for him. Like, I mean, there's some good ones. Some guy put up a first round pick for next year. I threw up Josh Jacobs because I have him on a 1-year contract. I know that I'm not going to be able to use him next year, and I'm almost out of playoff contention, so I figure might as well stack up. Now I got 4 first round picks for next year. It's a crazy league, man.
I do have kind of like 2 questions leading this week for myself. One is always going to be the Taysom Hill Higbee. I never know who to play.
Fuck. Once I will answer that in like 2.5 seconds here, but so I got the 4 first round picks or whatever, and T Steak, like, he's been trying to get his first round pick back from me, which is basically the 1-1 as of now, and I'm like really reluctant to give it because I want Bijan Robinson really bad. But he's like, I hope you get Bijan Robinson with my pick, Matt, and then hope he tears his ACL 4 years in a row. And everybody in the league is just fucking dying. It's just like Lappy Cry faces all the way down the screen. Everybody's like, Jesus Christ, bro.
That's fucked up, man.
He's like 4 years in a row. That's insane. Yeah. Sorry. What was your question, brother?
Well, mine's just Taysom Hill or Higbee. I'm riding with Taysom Hill right now. Higbee, I lost trust in a little bit. I want to see him do something good before I put him back
How
in.
has he been doing? I don't have any Higbee shares because I traded my 1 Higbee share away. So.
Well, he got like 1.2 points in Carolina because he was kind of banged up that game, and then they went into a bye week, and then he came back against SF, got 2.5. Also was still kind of banged up though in that game. So I don't know. It's like
Just go Taysom.
It's just
ride the hot hand. Taysom's putting up pretty good points for a tight end right now. Like last 5 weeks, this is where he's finished among tight ends: 14, 1, 25, 6, 14. And honestly, trying to pick the best tight ends every single week is super tough. Taysom's got a nice matchup. I guess to play.
I'm thinking Taysom's kind of a beast. He's got opportunity, man. He touches the ball at least. Like he's going to touch the ball. So Trexie, I need your opinion on a trade, bro. I want to see what you think. I'm going to type out all the players because it's just too much to go over. So your starting lineup.
These guys in this league are funny as all hell.
Dude, I'm typing this thing out and like it just feels so crazy how good my team is. Like 5 like legit receivers. Feels pretty good. And then we got Walker, Etienne, Foreman, Murray.
Dad's commissioner like job has turned into like literally a full-time job. Like, I feel like he's having to accept like push trades through like all day long. I feel bad.
Yeah.
But if you're commissioning 5-6 leagues, then you gotta be on standby, keeping an eye on them emails, watching the league trades.
All right, so that's my team, Shrek City, that we're looking at here. All right. And Matt offered me a trade. So what do you think of that trade? Because the trade's interesting, man. Because it's like I get Diggs. So I had to give you the whole list. Okay, so
the whole list so you can get the
then
full
get
feel.
The full feel. You can digest it.
Yep.
So I'm getting Diggs in that trade, right? It's just a standard league. You start 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and you have a flex, right? So it's always going to be Kupp in the starting lineup, obviously, right? And then if I get that trade done, I would have Diggs. So it'd just be Kupp, Diggs, locked and loaded. And then I'd be able to flex Godwin or St. Brown. Obviously, I wouldn't have Olave or Amari anymore, so it kind of like weakens the depth. But I still have 4 receivers. I only really need 3. And then I'd still have Walker, Etienne in the starting lineup. Foreman, obviously nice to have for a little bit of depth, but at the same time, I'm a little shallow at the running back position. But how good is Foreman? You know what I mean? We don't really know.
Shit, I have IR violations.
So I'm strengthening my starting lineup with getting Diggs. However, at the same time, is it too much to give up for basically Diggs? Because Dobbs and London I don't really value at all. And how much better is Diggs than like Amari? Like Amari's been doing really good. That's what I was thinking. I think after this weekend, I might accept it.
And if I'm you, I accept it.
Yeah, Etienne and Walker is just an every week thing.
Yeah, Etienne and Walker do have you covered.
The thing is, if I lose Walker or Etienne, like I'm pretty fucked regardless. Not fucked, but like.
Well, you still have trade value, is the thing. You can still trades end, right?
Trades ending. Like, actually, when does the trade end? Can I even wait until?
You may need to accept this immediately.
I just thought about that.
Will be a more
I didn't think about it either.
One than more of a wide receiver 2 for the first half. I think.
Let's show video up. Where's the settings on this bitch?
All right, Shrek, man, have a good work shift. Enjoy it. Knock it out. Get home.
Felipe. The trade deadline is November 19th, so we're chilling.
Dude, I have so many players on IR in this league. It's so stupid. What's up, brother? It's got 2 questions. Likely or Ingram? Isn't Likely a pretty good play this week?
Yeah, I'd go Likely if Andrews is out, and it looks like he's doubtful this week. So
he's doubtful. Yeah, I've seen somebody. There's this dude on Twitter who was like, "Oh, name a better tight end start than Likely this week," and I was like, "Well, I mean Travis Kelce, but." And then like somebody else like listed like 10 names, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I go with those 2." But no, I think Likely's the play over Ingram. It's pretty close though.
Yeah, going against the Saints isn't the best matchup in the world, but at the same time, like. The tight end in that offense pretty much eats. Likely showed enough last week that he's going to be a pretty good receiver. So I think that's fair.
What's the story with Kenyon Drake?
I do like Ingram this week though too against the Raiders. So it's.
I always like Ingram, but Likely's probably the play. They got to use him.
I think Likely's the play, but Likely's likely the play. But I think they're both going to be okay on the week. I like Deion Jackson right now. I think going this week, he's going to get the full workload, I believe, and. I think that he should have a pretty solid game. I don't really trust the Ravens with Kenyon Drake. Like, I mean, if Gus is that hurt and everybody's, they're gonna play him, but Gus is hurt.
I think I'm leaning. I just don't like the New England matchup. Really, it's my biggest concern.
But the Saints have a good run defense as well.
I know, that's why I'm like, it doesn't really change anything. The main thing though for me is passes in the flats. Like I want to see Deion Jackson get active in the flats.
But he should, right? No more Hines.
Do you think New England stops that though?
I mean, I think New England would allow that. I don't know how many yards he's going to be getting off of it, but he'll get some catches.
Well, no, I know
PPR.
he'll get the catches. He'll definitely get the catches, but is he going to get stopped for like 1 yard, whatever? Like you see that game against Jacksonville where Deion Jackson got 10 catches out of the backfield for 79 yards and a touchdown or touchdown. I don't know if it was on the receiving or rushing, but 10 catches for 79 yards. I don't know that New England gives up something like that. It's probably closer to the stat line he put up against Denver. I could definitely see that for like 11-ish points, depending on what your settings are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's probably Deion Jackson, but it's just like
Both times he was on the field, though, he looked like he was doing pretty good, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like I just don't. He's gonna get more opportunity, I think, than Kenyon Drake with the Justice Hill Drake show. Like, I just hate starting the Ravens running backs because you never know what you're gonna get, and then the fact that they have Lamar on top of it, it's like it clouds it even more, dude. It's such a fucking toss up, you know. Like Kenyon Drake can have a great week, but he could also just have a bad week. I think with Gus out, like Kenyon Drake's probably gonna have a decent week regardless. But at the same time, I just think that Deion Jackson's usage will be higher. I think he'll have a good game. Like
we also haven't seen Deion though with Sam Ellinger in the backfield. I think that changes things a little bit. If the offense is lacking production and they're not like converting on third downs and doing all that stuff, then they're not going to have the ball very long.
yeah,
But I don't know. Deion Jackson's probably the right play. I just because I don't think Kenyon Drake is getting enough workload, and going against the Saints is tough. But yeah, probably just Deion, I guess.
and that's true too.
I'm not loving it.
Because Allinger, I mean, he could just not pass it down to the running back at all.
He
take
could
any
not check
checkdowns.
down.
But
Yeah.
when you got Matthew Judon screaming off the edge, though, like you think he would have to check it down a little bit, you know? So,
Is Pitts finally a start? Are we at that point in the season?
nah, I'm
He
going
had,
Hurts.
he had one, he had one good game.
Zach Ertz against Seattle should be pretty good. Last time they played, he had 10 targets, 7 receptions, 70 yards, had 10.5 points and half-point PPR. Seattle's a decent defense to go up against with the tight end.
I don't mind playing a top 10 tight end every week, or top a guy who's a top 10 every week, as opposed to a guy who's been bottom 30 every week.
Ertz has been getting it done. He hasn't been just shooting off for 20+ points every week, but he's just a solid 10-point start guy. And
He's safe.
And he's a safe guy. And out of the tight end position, that's all you can really ask for if the rest of your team is good. So
Now, if your team's shit, I'd probably play Pitts.
Pitts will have more upside, but then he also has the 2-point downside.
Did you check the trade deadline, by the way?
Yeah, it's the 19th. We got plenty of time.
Okay. Shit.
You wanted me to have to accept it.
Why don't you accept it now so we can just get it over with, you know?
I just don't want to accept it, and then Stephon Diggs gets hurt, and then I just traded you a bunch of players for nothing, and then my team's fucked.
Well, Stephon Diggs isn't getting hurt. He's actually popping off for 4 touchdowns this week. So his trade value goes up next week.
Yeah, I have to send that trade back over and ask for more.
I'm like, all right, I'm going to also need list off like 3 more players.
I mean, that could happen within. I mean, Foreman can twist
know.
an ankle, Olave can get hurt. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but
Yeah, in that league, I have Mark Andrews in, and he's injured, so that's going to be fun.
did you pick the backup up, or are you just gonna ride with Mark Andrews and?
I'm going to ride with Mark Andrews, I think. I could pick up a backup real quick.
I'm gonna just start cycling through all the side ends real quick so you can't grab one. I'm just
Really,
kidding. I'm
that's
just
really
kidding.
fucked up.
Got Conklin.
Waiver
Conk.
assistant, week 9. Got to grab a tight end. Robert Tonyan, Dawson Knox.
So I think it's either Tanya and Conklin. Conklin's got a bad matchup, but I don't know. I mean, you could go with Dawson Knox. I just don't think Knox has been good.
I'm probably going Tonyan. Knox hasn't been bad.
But he's just very, very touchdown dependent. I mean, like most tight ends are, but he's really like three targets. You know what I mean? Like it's just very,
Could
very
go
solid.
Foster Moreau too. How's the Jags tight end defense? I guess.
I don't know. I like to stay away from.
Wait, is his name Fabian Moreau or Foster Moreau? Oh, it's Foster. Okay. Who was
Foster?
Fabian Moreau?
Fabian Moreau.
That sounds familiar. I don't know.
It does
Whatever.
sound familiar, actually. I think maybe people just pronounced it wrong.
Is that no? I think that might be a defensive player or something, like a cornerback or a safety.
Yeah. I mean, there was a guy that there was a corner you guys used to have that was similar, right? Was that it?
That could be it. Yeah. Kyler or Herbert?
Taj, we doing good today, man. We living.
I think it's Kyler Murray. Oh well, Atlanta. Damn, those are good matchups. I think it's Kyler Murray though.
Yeah, it's Kyler Murray for me. Herbert he doesn't have receivers to throw to.
He doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have weapons. So yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. I mean, Atlanta, they should be fine against Atlanta, but you never know.
Atlanta's playing good ball though. I mean, their defense, I guess, not so much. But I expect Kyler to do better. Swift,
Conklin's
Foreman,
a free agent too.
I think you just go Swift, Foreman. I like Foreman this week with Chuba Hubbard. Fuck, can't say his name.
Hubbard.
With him being out, I like Foreman, and he showed enough the last couple of weeks to be viable. Deion Jackson I like, but at the same time, different quarterback situation going on against New England. Not the best start in the world, but it's not bad. You just have two better options, I think, and Swift is Swift.
Oh, Mike G. Is Mike G a bad play?
I did it once, and it worked out for me, but at the same time, I don't know.
Risky, yeah.
It's risky.
God.
Actually, I
two
think last
Swift,
week when I
Foreman,
did it.
Deion Jackson. Wait, you go Swift, Swift Foreman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I go Swift Foreman as well. Deion Jackson, a little risky this week. I like him, but he's risky. The only risk on Swift is injury. Just getting injured mid-game. I'm gonna go with Robert Tonyan, I think.
I don't hate it.
Can I drop Brandon McManus? Yeah, I can. Let's rock and roll.
My question is Latavius Murray still a thing with Chase Edmonds coming in? I just don't understand how that affects it.
A lot of Vias?
Yeah, like, is it like even worth having him on my team anymore? He's a free agent in 2 leagues. I have him in the other 2 leagues, so it doesn't look like he's valued very highly right now.
Curtis Samuel or D. Carter?
It's Foreman in the PPR flex. Foreman's been getting it done the last couple weeks. Chuba out. I expect him to do pretty well again. I like Deion as well, but it is a little risky against New England, and then obviously the quarterback situation changes. You don't know how he's going to check it down to the running back or how it will play out. So it's kind of cool to just wait and see in that sense, but Foreman's just better.
With Mike Williams and Keenan Allen out. Keenan Allen's out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with both of those guys out, I mean, Josh Palmer should have the bulk of the workload, but DeAndre Carter should, in theory, get about 10 points.
It's tough, though, 'cause he hasn't done much this whole year. So, like, just all of a sudden to throw him in there is just kind of weird.
I want to lean Curtis Samuel, but Carter's the risky start. I mean, both of them aren't necessarily going to be top tier.
I like the Curtis Samuel matchup this week is the thing. That's why I I want to lean with Carter and go with the upside, but I don't know if I can.
I just want to see Curtis Samuel get touchdowns again and just be used kind of like he was at the beginning of the year. Like, he's been getting the targets still, but it's not the same. You know, like when the first 3 games, Curtis Samuel was overused, and now I feel like he's getting used a little bit less because of the quarterback switch.
Is what's his face still out? The other receiver?
Which one? Jahan?
Dotson. Yeah.
Yeah, Dotson's still out.
Okay.
So I mean, Curtis is a play for that reason. Yeah, I probably go Curtis and Foreman just to be safe.
Yeah, I think
You're gonna get your 10 points.
I think if you're trying to go safe, I think that's what you want. I think you're gonna get 10 points from Curtis. Call it good. I think the Carter just seems like too risky. But at the same time, if you feel like you need like a 20-point upside player, maybe he provides that. I don't know.
And Sean, I'm going Mac Hollins over the other guys over there. I think second best is Paris Campbell, and then I don't know about the other two, to be honest with you.
Mac Hollins, huh?
Yeah, I'm playing Mac Hollins in a league.
When have you ever thought that you would say that?
Oh, I definitely thought I'd say that. Remember when we were playing Madden the other day, and I drafted Mac Hollins, and I threw a touchdown to him, and I'm like, Mac Hollins, that's what he does. He goes up and oh no, it's Quez. Never mind.
I was like, no, I don't actually think I do remember that.
You're like, no, that never happened.
You have a good day too, man. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, well, let's see some good football today.
I haven't given my answer yet, though, so I guess you don't value it.
I mean, your answer is kind of shit.
I think you're probably right, though. I think you're probably right.
You were gonna say Mac Hollins.
Try to make
Paris
sure.
Campbell's okay, but not with Ellinger. I don't want to play Paris Campbell with Ellinger. If it was Matt Ryan still, I think I could play him.
Bro's been doing really good, though.
Who?
Bird, bro. Demary Bird.
Don't talk about Demir Bird like that. Let's go to the mall.
It just feels
today.
so weird playing Bird with such little fucking... I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, see, he says he values both of our opinions, but mostly mine, he said.
I mean, Matt Collins probably has the most opportunity to do something, right? Jacksonville's not the worst defense in the world to player against. At Jacksonville, though. Raiders, dude. I don't know. The fucking Raiders, man. They kill me. They kill me, man.
The app is telling me to trade Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, and Freiermuth for Derrick Henry and Gabe Davis.
It's definitely not Tyquan Thornton. Paris Campbell's kind of risky, but he does have some upside. Demir Bird. The only other guy I'm thinking about, really, I think, is Demir Bird, just because he's done 2 good weeks in a row. The first one he had 1 catch, so it's kind of like, eh. But if they're trying to get him more in that offense, maybe. I don't know why my mom keeps calling me during my stream. That's a little weird.
It's a little wacky. Hopefully everybody's all right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind the Mac Hollins, I guess. It's a coin flip. Yo, Michael Pittman, Thielen, Cordell Patterson. I mean, I'm gonna go with Pittman and Adam Thielen, to be honest.
Pittman, Adam Thielen, Cordell Patterson. Yeah, me too. Definitely not Cordell. Do not play Cordell in his first game back. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't want to play him on his first day back. I mean, you can.
Yeah, I guess you can, but
if he's healthy against the Chargers, it could be good. I just feel weird about it.
That's like playing Nyheim Hines in his first game in Buffalo. I mean, come on. Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, if you really feel like you need the upside, you can do it, I guess. Thielen's been okay the last couple of weeks going against the Commanders. Good matchup. Can't go wrong there. And then Pittman has been. I don't know. He's been alright.
I just found another trade I want to make. I'm gonna send this one through to this guy.
In the same league or different league?
The other one.
And bro,
Yeah, the Yahoo one.
I hear Willis and Thielen.
I have to, man. My team's not good enough to win.
Not over my teams.
Mrs. Fat Judy is the.
Oh shit.
Is the person I'm trading with. Derrick Henry. Gabe Davis. Rondell Moore. No, Nyheim Hines. Let's do Nyheim Hines. For Josh Jacobs. Kareem Hunt, Pat Fryermuth.
Patterson, Moore, or T.J. Hawkinson for the flex.
I like Rondale Moore all day long.
I agree with that one. I don't want to play Hawkinson in his first game with a new team.
That being, I don't know. I do like that T.J. Hawkinson. They're talking about him already. Like they're going to be using him a lot. And I think this division last week when I was looking to trade T.J. Hawkinson away, I was like, actually, T.J.'s the future. Should be a top 5 tight end now. So, but Rondale Moore's the play this week until we see what's going on.
Yeah, Patterson I'm not playing on his first day back.
Not over Rondale.
I mean, he could very well have a good game if they just decide to slot him in there, give him a full workload. I just don't know how healthy he really is, and it's tough to judge it whenever a player's coming back from a lengthy injury like that.
Still accept this trade. I'm gonna go look at his team, double check and see if he doesn't have a tight end. He might do it. He's got Dawson Knox as a starting tight end. Yeah, he might do it. Damn, this guy's playing Cordarrelle in his first game back. That's crazy. Like, why not just play Tyler Algier? Like, I don't know. Would you play Cordarrelle Patterson or Tyler Algier if you had the choice?
You think that somebody should go Algier?
I think you should go Algier over Cordarrelle. This guy I'm going or not going against, but a guy in our league.
That's pretty tough.
Like the only other running back he has is James Robinson. I'm definitely not playing James because I want to see how he plays on the team first.
I guess you still go Algier, I think, right?
That's where I'm at. I mean, last 2 weeks he's done pretty well, but this guy's got Cordarrelle in, so.
The thing is, if he was a dog shit player, like let's say Algier was not doing anything, then they might just be looking to rush Patterson back as soon as possible. But because Algier's been so decent, like they might ease him back into it, Patterson. You know, and so I just don't know. I don't know enough about that coaching staff, that team. I can't even. I would have to fucking listen to some videos or some shit, dude, to figure that out.
It's anybody's guess. I mean, Algier they're projecting for 5.6 points, and Cordarrelle they're projecting for 10 already.
Yeah.
Which I think is just. I think it's possible, but I think it's pretty greedy. I really need to win this week in this league. There's no shot at left. That's what I win. Yeah, damn.
So you keep lagging.
I
don't know if you're lagging or if I'm lagging or if we're both lagging.
Yeah, I think the stream just. I think you're like making it hard.
Hello?
You're lagging like crazy, bro.
I mean, you're lagging like crazy too, though. You sound like a fucking robot. I don't know if it's me or you, or both.
Well, so it's gotta be you.
I mean, it can still be
Well,
both.
Try switching your hotspot.
Oh, man.
That sucks, dude.
This fucking internet's been shit, dude.
You're a big boy. Yeah, I guess I'm lying. I'm lagging so hard. I can't hear you.
All right. I'm finally back on the hotspot. I think I'm good.
I hear you
I think you're lagging now. I think I'm good.
now. Wow, man. This
I
is
mean,
brutal. All questions start coming.
I mean,
Man,
if you want, if you want to
Yeah.
switch to my hotspot, bro,
I might actually.
password, bro. It's I'll put it in the chat, bro. Nobody can judge me on this password. All right, this is this is the hotspot password, guys.
Oh my god.
Our internet's been fucking wonky the last couple of days. I don't know what happened, dude. So hotspot it is. Benjamin.
Let's go. Can't see front smart, damn it.
Or white. Honestly, Snaggy, I don't like either of those options. I don't like Benjamin because that backfield's a little crowded again, man. Like, James Conner's questionable. Plan to test ribs during pregame warm-ups. And they're not going to give us any updates on that because it's a fucking 1 o'clock game, dude. Thing is that, like, Benjamin is already going to be splitting time with Darrell Williams, so that kind of just sucks. But at the same time, I'm okay with that. I think that's still more upside than what White has to offer. But then if Conner comes back healthy on top of that, then you're kind of screwed. I don't think Rachaad White's going to do anything anyways, so I might just kind of go with Eno and just be a little risky with it from what I think. Patterson or Drake. I'm not playing Patterson his first day back. I just don't know what to expect there. I don't know if they're just going to thrust him in the lineup or if they're going to ease him into it. Algiers been pretty good, so like I feel like they shouldn't have to just thrust Patterson into the lineup. But you just never know with these coaches. You never know with these injuries. I don't know enough about the situation to really speak on it, like the news. I don't know if there is any news out there that would give us any indication on how much they plan to use them. But for that reason, I go Drake. Not the biggest fan of the Ravens running back situation because Lamar takes some carries and you just never know who's going to get the touches or the touchdowns. But I think Kenyon should be fine. Should get you at least 10 points. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. So for that reason, I go Drake. Lamar versus Kyler. I'm going to go Kyler. I think the matchup against the Seattle Seahawks is pretty good. Lamar's been pretty shit recently, honestly. Kind of bounced back last week, but not really. I don't know. He could do good against New Orleans, but I'm going to go with Kyler on that one. Kyler just seems like he's got more upside as of late. This next one, I'm going to go with A.J. Dillon. Dillon hasn't been great this season, or hasn't been the greatest this season, but he's playing against Detroit. It's a good matchup. I like it. He could easily get a touchdown and have a pretty decent week. I think the Packers should look to be pretty run-heavy in this game. And Hines, this is his first game with the Bills. I'd probably avoid that if I could. So I'm going to go with Dillon. This next one is kind of tough. I'm definitely putting Swift in the lineup. If Swift is healthy, you play Swift. I'm not playing Patterson. I want to see what they do with that injury. If he comes back, you know, how much of the workloads he's going to get. Plus, you have better options, I think, in my opinion. I would rather go with Herbert or Deion Jackson. It's kind of 50-50 on that one. I think I'm leaning Herbert just because he's been so explosive and good as of late. Deion Jackson I like, but at the same time, the matchup against the Patriots isn't the best. Also, with the new quarterback, is he going to be checking it down to the running back? We just don't know how he plays with the running back. I don't know. It's tough to say. There's a good chance that Deion Jackson gets 10 receptions and has a pretty good game, but at the same time, it could also be pretty just an abysmal game for that whole offense in general. So I think I lean Herbert. At least with Herbert, I feel like you're going to get some points, and so you still have that upside. So Herbert Swift for me. Start two. I'm definitely going with Olave and St. Brown. I feel like those are the two safest, most like upside players there. McLaurin's been kind of hit or miss. Obviously, he's pretty solid as well, but I think St. Brown and Olave are my guys. Tanya and Higbee, that one's real tough, man, because I've been thinking about Higbee, Taysom Hill for a while, and I'm kind of gonna lean with Taysom Hill. But when you're putting him against Tanyan, it sucks because Higbee's had like 1 and 2 points the last couple of games he's played. Kind of been banged up, so I feel like if he's healthy, maybe this is a good bounce back week for him. I hate Tanyan, but this is a good week against the Lions, so where he actually might do something. It's real 50-50. I think against Detroit, you probably go Robert Tanyan. That's probably the best play. And then just wait and see what Higbee does this week. Good morning, Trey. I think you always got to start Swift if you have Swift. Jamal Williams is going to be a good touchdown back, but at the same time, like I don't know, Swift is Swift. I feel like Swift is always going to be the play as long as he's healthy. Trey's question though, man, that's a tough one. I kind of feel like you should sit Boyd. I don't know. It feels weird, but Juju's just been on fire. And against the Titans, I feel like that's going to be another decent opportunity coming off of a bye where, I don't know. I think Josh Palmer has the upside this week, probably being one of the number one receivers on that team. Boyd also has some good upside, but I don't know. That Bengals offense has been struggling a little bit as of late. I think Boyd still has a pretty good game. Boyd might be the safest play out of all of them, to be honest. So if you're just looking for 10 points, then you can go with Boyd. But if you're shooting for upside, I think Juju and Palmer are the play. That's kind of, I think, what I would run with. Sam, it's the same team, so I would wait and see. Because there's a chance they just roll James Conner out. So I would just wait on that one. The safest play is just to probably go with Rondale Moore regardless. So, I mean, if you're comfortable with the rest of your team, then you can go that route. I mean, if you only have to start one, I think you should start Mike Evans. He's been kind of the guy. He's been better than Fournette. Lockett's been really good. I mean, these are all good players you're choosing from here, so I don't think there's necessarily a wrong answer. But I think I lean with Evans. I'm going to go with Swift and Drake on this next one. I like Swift. when he's starting, you got to play him. Drake's probably going to be solid 10 points at least, you would think. I always hate playing the Ravens running backs because, like I said, you just never know what to expect. But I just kind of feel a little safer with that. Carter, I don't know if he's going to be the main guy there or not. I feel like Josh Palmer is going to be one of the main guys. Carter could have a good game. Like, he could very well pop off, but that's just tough. I think I'm going to lean with Kenyon Drake on that one. Just because I know he's going to get some touches at least. Yeah, it's going to be Boyd and Foreman for me as well on that one. I don't mind Duvernay, but at the same time, I think Boyd is just a better option. And then I like Foreman this week as well with Chuba out. Jets are playing the Bills, right? I mean, you can't play the Jets against the Bills. So, I mean, for that reason, I'm going the Cardinals, but I don't like either of those because Seattle's also been very hot recently. So, I mean, if there's somebody else you can pick, then great, but if not, I think Cardinals are going to be your play. I'm going to have to say no to that trade, I think. Etienne's been a lot better. He's kind of, obviously they traded away Robinson now, so he's the main guy. He's been killing it. I really like Etienne right now, and Jonathan Taylor's been kind of shit and injured. And Deion Jackson, obviously you'd have the replacement, but at the same time, like, I just feel like you're downgrading at running back, and the receivers are kind of even. With Tua being back, Waddle should be pretty good for the rest of the season. So I like Waddle. The Raiders, obviously Devontae Adams is a beast, but at the same time, like, you just never know what to expect with them. Like last weekend, he got 0.7 because the Raiders just shit the bed. The playoff matchups too. If you're looking that far ahead, you got New England to round off the year with Pittsburgh, SF, and the Chiefs. Assuming SF is the first or the second playoff game, like, do you really want Adams against SF? That just seems like a disaster waiting to happen. I don't know. Raiders just too inconsistent for me. I feel like Waddle's just as good as Adams. So there's not enough upside for me to make that trade, personally. I think this next one I go with Terry McLaurin. With Heineke, he's just been doing a lot better. I think he should also be into. He should be in for a decent game again today. I think it's Minnesota. But Josh Palmer should be good as well. So it's tough. I feel more comfortable with Terry just because he's an established good receiver. Palmer it just seems a little weird. Like, he's good. He should be fine. And he could do better than McLaurin. But if you're just going to go with, like, a safe play with some upside, I think McLaurin's the guy. He should get you at least 10 points, but probably, closer to 15 when all said and done. Palmer as well. You're splitting hairs. Drop Madison or Melvin Gordon? For what? What are you trying to drop him for? Madison's just a kind of a backup, so I guess if you're going to drop somebody, I think you kind of have to drop Madison. that trade is a tough one, man. Like, you're upgrading at quarterback, you're upgrading at wide receiver, but then you're downgrading at running back pretty heavily. Like, I think Etienne's been just pretty lights out recently. It's hard to downgrade that much at running back. Tony could be pretty decent with the Chiefs. Obviously, they traded him for a reason, so he could come in and be decent. I don't know. I mean, if your other running backs are Swift, Chubb, and Walker, I guess. Yeah, you're never really playing Tony anyways with those receivers. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you want to make the trade, I feel like you get the upgrade at quarterback. Josh Allen's better than Lamar. Olave is better. You're downgrading at running back, but all you have to do is really play Chubb and Walker every week. You should be fine. Swift is a good little backup to have, so you'll still have a third running back. It's not terrible. That's what I'm talking about, man. Go Birds. 8-0. Let's go. This is the year. Astros won, so that means we have to win. Last time they won, we won. So, it makes sense. Also, for anybody joining the stream late, we had some internet connections issues there, so Matt was kind of just answering some questions over the chat there from his phone. Honestly, dude, I don't want to steer you in the wrong directions, but I would play Swift over Patterson in general. And then in the flex, I would probably play Herbert. So that's what I'm doing. I don't really want to play Patterson on his first game back, and I honestly just think that Swift and Herbert are both better options. So that's what I would do. But if you want to play Patterson for whatever reason, then I guess I would be playing Swift. We have a lot of Swift questions today, guys. Interesting. It's tough because I love Mostert this week, but I feel like Swift is the play. Moore's been really good the last couple of weeks as well, but I almost feel like Boyd is the play there as well. So I'm going Swift Boyd.
Computer just died, so.
Computer just straight died?
Died, yeah. Just turned off.
You didn't want to turn it on?
Nope.
Nice.
Computer is a busted.
Alright, so I guess you can answer these questions then.
What we got here?
So this guy right here, I was telling him that he's starting Patterson and Kamara, and then he's asking for his flex. I was saying that he should just not even start Patterson, throw Swift in there, and then he flexes Herbert.
I agree.
But
I agree. You can start Patterson over Herbert, but I honestly don't think you should.
yeah. And then this one right here was tough. I was thinking Swift and then Boyd, but I also love most of this week, and DJ Moore has been on fire. I'm definitely not playing Deion Jackson with those guys. I can tell you that right now.
I think Swift and Boyd or Swift and DJ Moore. But who's DJ Moore playing again?
Cincy, they're playing each other.
Cincy, okay. I think I like Boyd if I have to pick. So I'd probably go Boyd, Swift. Just matchup dependent.
That's what I'm thinking too. Heineke or Cousins? Ooh.
Heineke or Cousins? I'd probably go
Cousins.
I'd probably go Cousins. I think if Heineke scores, it has to be like some crazy deep pass like it was with the last one, or like a rushing touchdown or something. I think that Kirk's gonna be scoring today.
Nice double dips. Yeah, I don't know about Hawkinson. We'll see how much he plays. It's tough when like somebody's new and learning the playbook. You just never really know.
They said they're gonna use him a lot, so I'm playing him with the shares I got him. We'll see what happens.
Need to pick up Fields for next week. I mean, he's been doing pretty good, so I guess if you're gonna pick him up, then at least you're doing something recently. This guy was so earlier. He was asking who he drops, Madison or Melvin. My question is who he's dropping him for. I'm not really sure, but I said I would probably have to drop Madison because he's not playing, right? Like,
I think they're both pretty low value though.
they're both pretty low value. Melvin hasn't been doing much. They brought in another running back, so clearly they don't like Melvin very much. But I don't know if that affects Melvin.
Yeah, I don't think either of them should hurt to drop, honestly, as long as you're picking up the right guy. Oh, pick up Fields.
Oh, is he picking the Fields? Oh,
For next week, he's picking him up.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I think it's worth it. Honestly, you could probably get him back in 2 weeks anyway. I don't think anybody's going to be picking Madison or Melvin up.
I think more people would pick up Melvin because he's kind of a starter.
He's a starter, yeah.
Over Madison. That's why I would drop Madison just because I have the chance to at least pick him up if nobody does.
Like, the worst case scenario is if Dalvin finally gets injured this week, and then now you don't have the guy who's going to be a stud. But he's been healthy all year long. He's been doing fine. I think that I just drop Madison and then pick up Madison after the Fields week.
That's the issue with Madison is as long as Cook is healthy, he has no value. Like, the only value is just people wanting him.
Oh, y'all roommates.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Now he used to live down in San Jose or whatever, and then he moved up here, and now we're literally a room away. So it's cool. Works.
Yeah, so I guess if one person's computer's gonna die, then at least we're good.
At least we can hop back in. We got to get a single template now for the stream so that we don't have a dead.
Actually, I think I low-key have one.
If you have one, I would do it.
Nope. Nope.
The 3-person stream.
Nope. Nope. I don't have them.
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
I can make it real quick, but I'm not gonna make it with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Chase Claypool, Robert Woods, Stanley.
Valdez, I think.
Is it Valdez?
I think it's Valdez Scantling for me. I'm not playing Chase in his first week. I really want to see what he can do with Fields. I think that he might do good, but it's just I'm not ready to
Especially
test
against
it.
Tennessee. I mean, Scanley should be fine, right?
Yeah. He doesn't get a huge amount of opportunity, but the opportunity he gets is like typically big plays. So it's like
You got upside. It's boom or bust.
it's boom or bust. It is.
If you're gonna go with those players, you got to go with the guy that can get some big points.
Mm-hmm.
I think Boyd over Moore, just barely. I just like the safety.
Did you do the Patterson, Swift, Juju, Palmer one?
Is it Swift?
I think so, but yeah,
Swift
I think
over
so.
Patterson's.
Swift over Juju, Swift over Palmer. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Juju's been really on fire lately, though, but you could just shit that in it.
Juju's the only one that I might play instead, but I don't think I'm doing it. I think I would just play it Swift and riding the player that I
Guaranteed
prefer.
touches. Yeah.
Hurst or D Carter.
D Carter. He's gonna have way more upside than Hurst.
Yeah. Dave Montgomery.
Robinson and Zeke for David Montgomery.
I'd take the Dave Montgomery side, but James Robinson actually has a huge upside down the line. If it's
This is the one situation where I do play Patterson over Allen Robinson because I would rather take whatever opportunity Patterson has than Allen Robinson.
Me too. I prefer
So.
Cordero there. I will take Stevenson over Taylor all day long, but if you can try to get more, I would do it. Because Jonathan Taylor, you got to think the name's big still, even if that guy knows that Taylor's not gonna do shit.
It's hard to do this trade though, dude. Like, because David Montgomery's in the same situation that Zeke's in. You have a running back behind him that's better than him.
But Dave Montgomery is putting up more points in my
Not by much though. Look at that, dude.
Go back to Zeke.
And everybody wants to sit here and call for Zeke's job and say, "Oh, Pollard's the guy," but the Dallas Cowboys love fucking Zeke, dude.
They shouldn't.
I know, but they do.
He's done well, I guess, the past 2 weeks before the injury, but dude, Pollard's just so good.
I know.
And so is Khalil, but
Jerry Jones expects Elliott to return in Week 10 against the Packers. Like, you just know that Zeke is going to start because Jerry loves him.
I'd probably stick with the Robinson Zeke side then. Because Robinson I think will come into his own. I think if you did Zeke straight across for Montgomery, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But I'm not.
It's just
I'm not trading both. I think you're losing too much.
I think it's
and
just
not gaining enough.
You're not gaining, like, you're trading a situation that's the exact same almost. Like, you're not getting a good or a decent option at running back.
Yeah.
Because David Montgomery's not that great right now. Like, I'd rather just have Zeke still, to be honest. And just risk it. So you said, yeah, I don't know. It's tough to trade Taylor for like Stevenson straight across though.
I'm about to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Russell Wilson.
Oh, did he set it?
Yep, 19 minutes left.
That bastard.
Are you gonna
Up my ante.
up your ante?
I'm gonna have to look. I don't know. I don't really want
You
Clyde
didn't
that
really
much
want Clyde,
anyways.
right? I need a running back bad. Dude, that would be so huge for my team, even though I hate Clyde.
Is Taylor versus like for Stevenson straight across bad though?
Who? Oh, Jonathan? I don't think so.
Do you do it?
I would do it, but I would try to get more for Taylor. I would be like, what? It's Jonathan Taylor, bro. I mean, come on, man. You want just one running back? Come on, give me a wide receiver too. Give me something small. That's what I would do.
Yeah, it feels like Taylor should still have a little bit more value, even though like he's not as good.
Yeah,
this season.
But Ramondre, he a god. I try to get him if I can. What's that schedule look like? It's pretty good.
It's 50-50.
50-50.
I mean, Bucks
Buffalo.
or Bills.
Bills twice. That was pretty much the tough game. And then,
That's pretty much it though.
since you have a good run defense,
It's all right.
I think it's decent. Raiders.
Arizona's probably all
You
right.
should eat against the Raiders, right?
He's gonna eat against the Raiders, eat against the Jets, eat against Minnesota, eat against the Dolphins.
Yeah, if you can get that thing through quick, that'd be sick.
I think Stevenson offers more upside the rest of the season than Jonathan, but it's just tough. It's just tough when you're looking at values and trades. I don't know. But I think we're pretty much good to go, man. I mean, game time started. It's gonna be it for the stream. Internet connections and all. Good luck to everybody.
So the duos just flight.
See you next time.